today I wanted to come on and do a video about what an ideal Bible study day looks like for me. Now, I say ideal because obviously I'm not going to be able to do all these things every day. Every day's different. You know, days that I work, I'm going to get less done than days that I'm home. So, and it really just depends on the day. So, this is what, as of right now, January 2026, with the reading and the plans that I'm doing, what an ideal day would look like for me in Bible study. Okay, so this is the bag I've been taking with me to work. This is a Baggu shoulder bag in rose tan. There's different options of this available. This particular color isn't available anymore, but there are other colors available if you're interested in that. It does make a good Bible bag because it's made out of nylon, so it can get wet. You know, it can kind of beat it around a little bit here, taking it back and forth, and it's not going to show a terrible amount of wear too quickly. Pretty sure it's machine washable too, so if it does get dirty, you know, I can take care of it that way. But anyway, that's the bag I've been carrying to work. And then in here, I have my Bella Taylor Bible cover case. And this is the Bible I've been taking with me to work every day. This is the NASB 2020 Beauty of Scripture Bible from the Lockman Foundation. And I'm doing a read-through of the NASB translation. I've mostly used the 2020 so far, but I have thrown some LSB in there as well, and some 95, NASB 95 also. But this is the main Bible I've been using. Very pretty Bible, nice size to take on the go, fits very well in my Bible case. Of course, it's purple, so I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And I love the way it looks, feels. I like the single column, and it's just been working out really well for this read-through. So I am using for my read-through the Daily Scripture Guidebook. So for example, if I was going to do my reading today is what, January 10th? So the reading for today is going to be Genesis 21, verse 1 through Genesis 23, 20, and then we have Matthew 8, 23 to 9:13, and then Psalm 7, 10 to 17. So then I would go ahead and I would do my reading in this Bible. I like this reading plan because I've been doing a chronological read before that, which I love as well, but I really like this one because I feel like it keeps it moving a little better for me because I'm reading in the Old Testament, I'm reading in the New Testament, and I'm reading Psalms or Proverbs. So that's keeping it, I don't want to say interesting. It's scripture reading is always interesting in its own way, but it kind of just keeps it fresh and just makes it really easy to follow for me. Excuse me. I'm still getting over what I believe was the flu, so I'm fine, but my voice sometimes is not. So apologize for that. Anyway, so I use this Daily Scripture Guidebook along with mostly this Bible. Again, as a Bible reviewer and lover of Bibles, I have a ton, so I do switch it up sometimes, but this is the main one here. And then my other study I've been doing is I tend to do reading the Bible and then studying the Bible. So that's my reading plan, and then this is my study right now. I love this one. I got really far in it over my Christmas break. Even though I was sick, I was doing it a lot. So I'm already on like week 6 out of 9. And I haven't even been doing it that long. So I definitely did like more than one a day sometimes. But this is a Daily Grace Co study. I put a little review kind of out of this, I put a review of this, a short one, out before. This is called Jesus is Better. It's a study of Hebrews. So I like it because it gets me in my Bible. It gives you a scripture reading for the day, and then it gives you a couple pages of devotional/study, and then it gives you 3 study questions. So for this study of Hebrews, I have been using this Bible. This is an NIV Quentel from Schuyler Bibles. Love this. Love the large 11-point font. And I kind of feel like in the last couple years, I've used a lot of certain translations, and I do switch around a lot, but I felt like I was kind of neglecting the NASB and the NIV translations. So this year, I'm like, you know what? Coming back to those translations, and I'm going to make sure I use those more as well. I mean, I'll still use the others. I'll still use CSB. I'm still going to use ESV, NLT, etc., but NKJV, all the ones I usually use. but I'm just kind of circling back to these two translations more because I feel like I haven't used them as much as I've wanted to. So that's why I'm doing the read through with the NASB, and then I've been using this for my study time of Hebrews. All right, and then I do those every day. So those have definitely been done every day. Now the next things I'm going to show you is if I'm having an ideal Bible study day and I have time to do more. I start with my reading, my study, and then I go from there. Usually I do the reading at my lunch break if I'm working, and then I'll do my study like before I go to bed. And if there's time for anything else, great. If there's not, I just have to let it go because there's just so much going on. Anyway, I'm still doing this. Yes, I didn't give up on this. This is the Chronological Life Application Study Bible in the NLT translation. I am just about at Solomon's reign here. I'm just about done with the Psalms. This is a chronological read through. So yeah, I think I'm very close. I'm going to read this today being a Saturday. I tend to read 6 pages in this, so like I would read this, maybe a little more since this is mostly a picture here. Sorry, I'm not even getting the Bible in. So I would read like 6 pages, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Probably a little more today since I'm off and since that one page was mostly a picture. So yeah, I would read like 6-ish pages in here. It usually comes out to be like 3 chapters of the Bible around, depending on what book you're in. Obviously, Psalms is going to be a little different than I'm in right now. But usually it's about 3 chapters of the Bible. So I'm still plugging away on this. This is mostly happening on weekends and off days, but I'm not going to give up on that. I do really love this Bible. And I also try to read some books in there too. I know, I'm crazy. I own it. But this is one I'm going to do next. I've just pulled this one out to hopefully start this in the next few days. I've had this forever. I think I reviewed it like, who knows, like months and months ago. Still haven't read it. I know, I try. There's so many things I want to do. I feel like I get some of these books and studies and I'm so excited, and then I get something else and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And then I get squirrel and then I do something else. Oh, there's something shiny over there. Then I do something else. But I'm really trying this year to be more intentional. Obviously, I'm going to get review copies still because, I do this channel. So you're still going to see some new books and Bibles this year. I have a couple new Bibles sitting here to be reviewed as well in the next few days. But I'm really trying to be intentional on using what I have too, especially with books, because man, I just get such a backlog of books, and don't even get me started on what's on my Kindle yet, because there's just so many that I need to read. So I need to take a deep breath, rein it in a little bit. Obviously, still going to get some books to review, but I'm trying not to buy so many. I said that in a previous video too, because it just gets crazy, and I need to read what I have. Anyway, total rabbit trail there. But this book is called Moments and Days. This is by Michelle Van Loon. And this is about how our holy celebrations shape our faith. So I've been really interested in reading this one, and I keep putting it off because I keep getting other books and getting distracted by other things. But this is the one I'm hoping to read next. So, ideal Bible study day, I would do my NASB reading. I would do my Hebrews study. I would do my NLT chronological reading, like 3 chapters of the Bible-ish. And then I would, if I had more time, I would read one of my books. Now, obviously I'm human. Obviously I work full-time. I'm a parent. And I don't have time to do all this every single day. So I'm not going to lie to you and pretend that I'm sitting here being all pious and reading all this stuff every day and neglecting everything else in my life. I can't. Sorry, my family has to eat. I got to pay my bills, etc. But in an ideal world, I would get to do all those things every day. Real life, I make sure I read the Bible every day, and I try to do a little studying every day. If there's time for anything else, beautiful. If there's not, it is what it is. So that's what I would try to do in a day. I'm also going to try to bring a couple more Bibles into the rotation. I have mostly honestly been sticking to these 2 Bibles. The Beauty of Scripture has been like my girl this year. Like that's pretty much what I've been in like almost every day. And some others too, of course, but that's mostly what I've been in. And then, of course, this NIV Quentel that I've been using for study. And then my chronological Bible when I have time. So those have been my top 3 so far. And then of course, these Bible publishers keep coming out with these great Bibles. A review of this is coming very soon. This is new from Holman. This is a CSB Women's Study Bible. So I'm not going to go crazy showing you this because I need to do the review video. But I just got this yesterday. And I really want to start including that in the rotation as well. Plus, there's some other ones here that I would love to include, some more study Bibles. The NKJV Enduring Word Bible from Thomas Nelson. I have that one. I really like that. And I've been thinking about going back to my Quest Study Bible in the NIV, which I really love. There's so many. We're really blessed to have so many options, honestly, of books and Bibles. So I plan to put some more Bibles in the rotation too. But just being that I was sick there for a while, and I wasn't, getting back into working after the holiday break. So I wasn't going too crazy with having too many Bibles in the rotation. I was mostly just using these 3 that I showed you. So, yeah. That is an ideal day in my Bible study and reading world here. Would love to hear what you are doing and what you're enjoying. And, which Bibles are in your rotation. Sorry, my dishwasher's making an ugly noise in the background. And, what books you're reading. I'm always interested in hearing what everybody's using and reading. And I'll come back and do an update video in a little while and let you know, if I'm continuing to use the same Bibles or if I'm introducing anything else. And we'll see how this year goes. But so far, I'm really loving all of my reading and study plans.